Anyway, guys, just so that you know, in today's world, you need to know who you're with and what you're with. And so I want to introduce myself, and I want you guys to do the same thing. So my name's Norm. I'm just a farm boy from Saskatchewan. I spent 30 years in the police service out there as well, in addition to all the farming. And then we took a few years off and wandered around the countryside, and I explained to my wife that I think we can get paid doing this, and so I went into some long-haul trucking. We did that for 12 years, and she developed, some walking disabilities, so she couldn't get in and out of the truck anymore, so we finally got rid of that. It took a while, but that's all right. And I thought I had my second retirement almost ready, and when you have children, that doesn't happen. So we came out here to help our children. We thought for a year, and it's been 3 years now, and they want us for another year. And if we're still friends after another year, we'll stay. But it's just one of those things that happens, and we're glad to help them. So anyway, it gives you a bit of an idea of who you're with and what you're with, and that's very, very important today. So as you need to know, so do I. So we'll start with you, sir.
Okay, well, my name is Lester. A bit of you. But my wife Cindy right here. I'm from Hawaii, island of Oahu. And I'm a retired R&B guy and retired federal guy. Did a lot of operating, a lot of big stuff, and a lot of crazy stuff. It's all behind me now, and I'm here with you guys now. So if somebody gives us with trouble with guns and knives, we'll attack Norm. And if Norm has a problem with driving, I'll come and attack Norm again. But I'm kind of a joker, so if I tell a joke you don't like me, just poke me in the eyes. I'm good with it. If you don't want to be filmed, just go like this, and I get the picture. And if you keep going, hi, like that, I know, film that. Okay, so that's me. And Cindy, you don't have to stand.
So I'm Cindy, and that's my husband Lester. I work for the state government, still working, want to retire soon. And we only have one daughter, a child. She's a teacher with the high school kids. And I also served in the military before I met Lester, and then I made him join. And here we are. Yeah.
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
I'm Bill, retired from the Toronto area in Ontario. I was I still am a Baptist pastor, but did that for 41 years. That's really the only job I ever had.
Amen.
And retired gladly at age 65 4 years ago, and enjoy traveling, especially if there's a train ride involved. So I'm going on Sundog tours tomorrow. We're going on the Sundog, the via up to Dunster in BC, and then back on one of your buses.
You guys, when you go to Dunster,
Yes.
so they take you to the train station in Jasper.
Yeah.
And then you go with the train down to Dunster. When you get off at Dunster, it's kind of a country stop.
Okay.
But there's an old country store there, and it's painted light blue. In 1917, they pulled a grain bin up there, and they made it into a store. Then they pulled up a second grain bin, and they made that to their living quarters. So that's all a store now, and the lady still owns, and it's still the original building. Of course, they've insulated it and fixed it up.
Yeah.
So you have to stop into the store when you're there, because you get off right there. So you got to take a few minutes,
Right.
and you will see the Dunster #1 fire station. It's right there too. And you will be very impressed coming from Toronto.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
I won't say anything further, but
okay.
just take a look around, because you'll see this red building, and it says #1 fire station. Exciting. Well, welcome aboard. And you, man?
I'm Chris, Bill's wife, and I'm retired as well. I was a teacher, and we stayed where we are because all five are within 20 minutes of us, and so we're basically helping out where we can in the same way.
Well, my wife came from Scarborough. And so we went there quite often. Our oldest daughter lived in Port Hope.
Oh, we lived in Coburg.
Yeah, well, she lived in Port Hope for many years. And of course now they have a business up in Jasper, and that's what took us up to Jasper. So it's a small world.
It is a small.
Even though the GTA is anything but small.
Yes, yes.
Exactly.
Welcome aboard.
Hi, I'm Blair.
Hi, Blair.
Traveled by myself because I had some vacation time I was going to lose, and husband didn't have any left. So, as you can see from my Patriots hat, I'm from the New England area, Massachusetts. So,
So are you a Patriots fan, truly?
Very much so. Edelman is my guy.
All right.
So, yeah,
Tommy's
but I
pretty
didn't get
good.
to watch the game on Sunday because you guys, I was on Vancouver, so I didn't get any of the East Coast games. I only got the West Coast games. So, oh well, I still got my football.
We have an avid daughter. We have a daughter who's an avid fan.
Yeah.
If she can, she's been to see them from Toronto into Buffalo as often
Yep.
as she can.
Yeah, I'd love to go see a game. I saw a Vikings game, but not a Patriots game. So, we'll see.
Well, welcome aboard, Blair.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Anyway, folks, we'll have to go through this once again just a little bit when we get to Lake Louise, because we have
All right, well, here we are, heading down the road into Jasper. This is going to be a 10-hour journey. It's going to be a long one. And now they're saying that the bears, they all went up the mountain because they ate all of the berries on the bottom. And little did I know that these bears are vegetarian bears. And here we are. What is the name of this place?
this is the viewpoint for Castle Mountain.
Viewpoint 4 Castle Mountain.
It's right behind you.
It's right behind me. Let's periscope up and turn you around.
Let me get a picture of you guys.
Wow, Castle Mountain is right there. You see it?
It's the most famous historical Eisenhower Peaks. Can I get a picture of you too? Start there. These guys.
Castle Rock Mountains.
When Lester's around, everything gets recorded. He's going to run out of space though pretty soon. Anyway, I've been hiking and camping here in the mountains since I was a teenager, and we've been, we born and raised on the farm. We had a tremendous amount of animals around. So if we get to see some today, just yell out. Blair's seen a coyote this morning already, and I did not notice it. So if you see an animal, just yell out. And of course, when you get gray hair, sometimes you have to yell a little louder, right, Lester?
Yeah, you see the Sasquatch. I seen one of them already today.
Can't see it properly. So with him we have to shoot him.
Okay, well, we'll get Lester to introduce himself, and then we'll go around, and let's just do it quickly because we do need to get going. So.
I'm losing my focus.
Yeah, sorry.
No, my name's Celeste. I keep this short. I used to be a operator like him. And I work for the federal government. My name is Les. This is Cindy.
Hi.
And we are from Hawaii.
He's retired, this guy now.
Yeah, I retired already. I stopped thinking.
You must be getting old, Lester.
No, I stopped
Yeah,
retired and began working for her.
Does she pay good?
No,
No.
but complaints are aplenty.
Well, you guys, welcome aboard.
My name is Francis, and my wife is Elizabeth. We are from the Rock of Gibraltar.
Wow.
We are both retired.
Wow.
And we just enjoy
I
traveling
just
around
retired,
now.
3 weeks ago?
What did you do? What were you doing?
I was a school secretary.
Okay, and you,
I
sir?
retired 6 years ago. I was in telecoms.
Okay, so you're the tech guy.
Originally, yes, but then I studied accounting, so I did both. So,
Ah, so he's a man of money. So does he let you handle the money?
I control it.
no,
Yeah, women always,
I don't care.
always.
Okay. Well, Lester, you see how it works now, eh?
Yeah,
Hey.
we get the short end of the stick.
There you go. Okay, we'll start with Blair in the back.
Blair,
Hi.
Massachusetts.
Hey, man.
Travel by myself. I'll be quiet back here for the most part.
No, we want you to participate.
Yeah, yell out
Give
things.
Lester some
Yeah,
competition.
just yell random things. Sasquatch!
Anyway, welcome aboard, folks.
Right. Bill and Chris from Toronto, near Toronto in Ontario. So we join Norm as the Canadian contingent. Here.
All right.
Chris is a retired school teacher. She was a teacher of the blind for a
Wow.
long time. And
That is
I'm
awesome.
a retired Baptist pastor. Was a pastor for 41 years. Only job I ever had.
Well,
Praise
there's
God.
no such thing as retirement, but that's okay. We'll let you tell us that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because how do you retire after that?
He does different work.
That's right.
Right.
In the same field.
I saw a T-shirt the other day. I wanted to buy it for him.
Yeah.
What was it?
I'm retired, but my wife.
But now I work for my
My
wife.
wife.
Right. That's the one I seen yesterday. I says, oh, that's
And we know
me.
Cindy. I'll have to remember that,
Oh,
okay?
man.
Frida, it's hard to
remember.
remember your name being Cindy.
Yeah, you can call her
It's
Frida.
adopted.
Frida.
Anyway, guys, we're going to get going, and once we get north of the park gates, I'll give you a running commentary. By the end of the day, my voice will be asleep. Okay, folks, we'll be on our way.
Warm. We're at the Claremont now. Lake Louise.
Coming back from a cross-country skiing adventure and hiking. We've just been down for 2 days. We may know what that is. And then, of course, they had one of those bombers right beside them. Folks, this is Bow Lake, and that's Jimmy Simpson's Numtesia over there. We're going to stop here for a little while, and Pedro Lake is closed, so we're going to go for a little walk here, and we'll designate a time frame to be back on the bus. And we do need to leave here about 11:30, folks. So you need to go for a little bit of a walk here with me, and I'll go with you to the lake. And I want to just talk to you when we're out there about the color of this water.
We're at Lake Bull right now. The blue of the water is actually an optical illusion of the reflection of the mountains. Believe it or not. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to. This is, as we're walking around here, Bow Lake, Canada, right outside of Banff. Well, actually, I think we're still in Banff here. But you can see how clear the water is here. It's really peaceful alongside this river lake edge, and you can see just how clean the water is. There's no rubbish or anything, no pollution at all. Amazing. Because in Hawaii we get a lot of tidal action. The tides bring the rubbish in from everywhere. It's not necessarily from Hawaiian Islands, it could be from anywhere. But here, whatever rubbish generated would be from here, because there's a lake.
So blue.
They take very good care of their lakes here.
I think we have to go on the path now. Look,
Yeah, pretty soon.
come here.
You can go if you want to, but this will go all the way down. It's high tide? No. No, there's no tides here. This is not ocean. This, my friends, is glacial water. You can go there and you can drink this water and not have a problem because they don't have things that will parasites. They don't have parasites. The water's too cold. This water's too cold. They have two bridges here. They have a small bridge. They have a large bridge. Which bridge you want to go, Cindy? Which bridge you want to go? They have two bridges. Small bridge, big bridge. Oh, they got the small bridge too. Look. Can we make it? I'm not gonna try it. That is for like kids who can move fast, and I don't want to get my shoes wet. Not right now. Okay guys, if you look at the color of this lake compared to the color of Bow Lake, you can clearly see the difference in the bluerity. And if you look up in the mountains, you'll see that the snow is a fresh snow. It's not an old snow, it's a fresh snow. Yeah. Oh, look at that moon right in the back there. You see a strip here. Okay, Aloha.
Well, we end up either in the Saskatchewan or in the Bow River systems.
This is what happens when Norm says they're eating ice cream. Oh, what's going on? They said the bus driver said go get some ice cream. I said I get a small one.
That's a small?
This is the tiny, this is the baby one, child size. Wow. Bubblegum and mango. When it's freezing outside, we're eating ice cream with the snow. The Rocky Mountains of Canada. Canadian American living in Canada, eating ice cream in the sun when it's supposed to be raining on a nice day. It's eating ice cream over the side.
Canadian American!
Canadian! Yeah, looking for Indian people. Never see the
Looking
bear.
for the black bear.
Never see the bear. Living in the mountains. Living in a tree. Wow, look, you eat ice cream. So watch out, they got a big bird by you guys. Uh-oh, they don't know. Ravens are killers. I think that's ice cream, you know.
Yeah. They like the waffle part.
Super cool. Yeah, you like the waffle.
If you look up on the left-hand side here on those mountains, you'll see all kinds of different little sizes and shapes. And when you go up there, it's like walking in a city of display. This has been part of the area that has done a lot for getting the human creative genes working so that we build
60 to
monuments, we
80
build
million
beautiful
years
places
old.
for saying hello, for remembering. Now you can see it in its full glory, folks. You look straight ahead, a little bit off. Up there, it's going to disappear from sight soon. All I wanted to tell you is that's the original one, guys. The flower of bush of berries for 10 minutes.
Whoa.
Window.
There's a big avalanche that happened here. And there's a bunch of berries here.
I'm
And the
sorry,
bears
folks,
have
but
been
we do
feeding
need to
on.
go.
Okay.
Could you see anything at all?
No.
Hard to tell.
He's resting. Bear's eating right now.
This is a souvenir too. Take a look and get a picture. Just be careful of the traffic, guys. This road sometimes is very crazy. I don't want you out there and I don't want you hurt or injured. So just be very cautious of vehicles.
Across the bridge, okay? So it'll be in the same place when you come back.
Okay.
And at the very end, I won't be there waiting for you. I'll come to the bus, okay?
Okay.
So when you get, because you come back probably at different times, but I'll explain that as the day goes on. To begin with, we'll be all together, okay?
Here we go. We're gonna cross the bridge now. We're gonna go jump on a bus. It's gonna take us to the top of those glaciers, and we're gonna ride on to some kind of snowmobile thing, and then we're gonna walk on ice. Okay, in the bottom of the glacier thing is a bunch of different kind of gummy bears. We got the strawberry soda, the shark gummies. You can tell which ones we use up those, right? And the Papa Bear. See? Papa Bear is kind of like regular gummy bears, I guess. We'll soon find out. Yeah, stay away from the sour ones for now. Try to check it out. Alright. It's in these lines right there. This place is busy, though.
So guys, first things first, that is of course the Athabasca Glacier out there on the left. It is that large piece of ice, for those of you who did not know. Now, it didn't always used to look like that. There was a point in time when it was all the way across the parking lot and just beyond those blue stairs on the right to that pile of dirt, rock, and debris. So guys, that pile of dirt, rock, and debris does have a name. We do refer to that as the terminal moraine, and that is simply the furthest point in recent history that the glacier has made it to. So that was back in 1843.
Wow.
I know, right?
Yesterday.
So guys, we do have a couple of other types of moraines out here. There are all these other lovely piles of dirt, rock, and debris on the right side of the bus.
Wow.
Now, these moraines are a little different, however. These ones are known as push and recessional moraines. So guys, simply put, a push moraine is when that glacier is in a period of advancement, and as that large hunk of ice is moving forward, it's pushing anything in its path into a nice, neat pile just for me.
Yay!
A recessional moraine is kind of the opposite of that. It is when that glacier is in a period of decline, and as that large hunk of ice is moving backwards, it's dumping everything off the end of it, kind of like a dump truck, and that will also result in a moraine.
Yay!
Hey, so guys, the glacier does also affect some of the vegetation way up here in the subalpine. So if you guys can do me a favor and take a peek up the left side of the bus, you will start to see some very funny looking trees.
Yeah.
Now, even though these trees are funny looking, please show them some respect, as they are about 400 years
Whoa!
old.
They smoke a lot of weed. That's why they go funny.
So guys, you can call these trees flag trees for their flag-like appearance.
Wow.
That just happens from the very strong katabatic winds that do come rushing down the glacier. Katabatic simply meaning downhill. Now these winds will pick up all sorts of goodies and blast across these trees at such high speeds that it will stunt the growth completely on that side of the tree that is facing the glacier. Thus, the flag-like appearance.
We are alive!
So my name's Andrew. I'll be your driver and guide here for about the next hour as we make our way onto the Athabasca Glacier. So I'll take all of you guys to a point we call the turnaround point. So that's where you're going to hop off this bus here and explore the glacier a little bit. Now along the way I'll point out some items of interest and give you guys some information on the area. So what do y'all say? You ready to go or what?
Ready to go or what?
Alright, let's do it.
Alright. Let's pull some wheelies, bro.
Alright then, so with no further delay,
alright,
get ready for the glacier adventure experience!
Alright, we got some big tires on this boy, look at that. And we're gonna go up there, cause you know what that is? That, my friends, is a glacier. Yes, sir.
A lot of other drivers might say that, but there's only one that's telling the truth, and that's me.
That's right.
Really? Promise. Alright, so moving up this hill here ahead of us, we're now leaving the subalpine. We're now leaving the subalpine limestone, and we're entering into the alpine limestone. Oh yeah! Now, foremost, they specialize in oil field and mining equipment, but we were contracted by Brewster to make these vehicles specifically for travel on the glacier. So there are 24 ice explorers in the world, 22 of them operating right here on the Athabasca Glacier, and the 23rd and 24th are owned by the US and Australian governments. So those vehicles, they operate down in the Antarctica at a station known as McMurdo Sound. So there, the vehicles are used as roaming research labs. They carry on scientists and their equipment so they can do tests on the ice down there. The Americans, they've had their bus for quite a while, and they've had some time to get to know it. So the Americans have named their bus. So the nickname the Americans gave their bus was Ivan the Terra Bus.
You know that.
Now, Ivan, he gets his name from his 6 massive Terra tires. Now, because he's terrible, or terrifying. I'm sure he is terrific, though. Now, these Terra tires are specially designed to operate at a low air pressure of about 16 psi. So that's about half the air pressure that goes into your regular car tire. So what that does for us, it gives us excellent traction on the glacial ice and excellent traction moving up and down steep grades.
Yeah.
So right now we're on top of the glacier. We gotta get down to the on top of the moraine. We gotta get down to the glacier. So we got this road here. It's one of the steepest unpaved commercial roads in North America, with a 32% grade or an 18-degree slope.
We like that.
If you're not sure what either of those mean, it's just steep.
Gnarly. It's gnarly. It's gnarly.
So, we have a couple special safety features to get us down the hill. So first off is your guys' seatbelts. So under your seat towards the back left-hand side, you'll find a black pouch. Now it's really weird. You really have to reach under there to find it. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. Now reach far enough, you'll find out we don't have seatbelts. We don't need them. I promise when we just found about them. So these vehicles are specially equipped for this job. So 2 things that will help us down the hill is I have engaged our front-wheel drive. So we're now operating in 6-wheel drive, moving down the hill and onto the glacier. Furthermore, this vehicle has another feature. It's called the transmission retarder. So the transmission retarder slows down my transmission directly as we move down the hill here, and it keeps us at a nice slow pace. It's a very effective way of slowing down. So this is about as fast as we go right here. And that being said, I understand it can be scary still, and I get it, folks. I really do. Because, well, I get scared too. So if you get scared like me, you can do what I do the whole way down, and it's easy. Just close your eyes. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Just hold them. Just hold them.
Yeah. So these Ice Explorers, or Terra buses, they are not the first vehicles we brought out onto the glacier here for travel with guests. So one of the first commercial vehicles ever brought onto the ice, it was known as the Bombardier. Now, the best way I can describe that vehicle is it looked kind of similar to a Volkswagen Beetle punch buggy. Now it was a little bit bigger, and instead of having rubber tires on it, it had metal tracks. Metal tracks so it could grip the ice, kind of like a bulldozer would use. Now these vehicles worked very well for tours for a long time, but they only sat about 8 people. So as tourism got more and more popular in the area, they realized we needed a larger bus. So what came next was a coach bus chassis, the body of a coach bus, that was taken and mounted onto metal tracks as well. So the new vehicle was much larger. You could fit about 50 guests in it, which is exactly what they wanted. But there's also a couple of design flaws that gave it a reputation for being quite the uncomfortable ride. So two major design flaws existed on that bus. So first off, the way it was mounted had very little suspension, so it made for a rough, bumpy, shaky ride. It tossed you all over the place. Now, furthermore, you got with a glacial ice. This process being known as fernification. So that's fernification, folks, and it's spelled with an I. Now, that's that whole 215 square kilometers completely filled with snow and ice. There's nowhere left for it to go. So down into the surrounding valleys it poured, all the low points surrounding the ice field, giving us the glaciers we see today. So the glaciers is a product of the ice field, and the ice field is the source of the ice. And so these glaciers, the other glaciers we can see on our left-hand side here, so we got two more glaciers. So by 9 o'clock, that is the AA Glacier, and to the right of that, you have the Andromeda Glacier. So the AA Glacier is an unofficial name, it just stands for Andrew is awesome, and then the Andromeda Glacier gets its name from the mountain on which it sits, Mount Andromeda. So both those glaciers are independent glaciers, so they're no longer attached to the ice field, and they're no longer being fed any new ice, they just sit there all on their own independently. Whereas the Athabasca Glacier is attached to the ice field, and it is fed new ice, it's just receding at a faster rate that it can be fed that ice. So in a season, the glacier will move forward about 10 to 15 meters. But every year, it's going to move forward 10 to 15 meters. But every summer, we're going to see about 20, 25. So on average per year, we're losing about roughly 10 to 15 meters off the length of the glacier, about 30 to 45 feet. Alright, so we got a group of people over here on the glacier on the right-hand side. So that's part of Glacier Ice Walk. So they're led by ACMG certified guides. They're very well-trained guys. They got all the proper knowledge, equipment, and skills to bring people onto the glacier in that manner. If you do not have those knowledge, equipment, and skills, it's a terrible idea. You'll want to go to the glacier without the proper equipment and knowledge. It can be very dangerous.
I thought they were Sasquatch.
Sorry?
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch? No, just Yetis around here, yeah. So, there are two major hazards that form out on the open glacial ice. So one's called a crevasse and the other's called a millwell. So a crevasse is a crack that forms in the ice as the glacier moves over a very uneven surface below it. That will cause the ice to stretch and bend, eventually stretching to the point where it does crack. Now these cracks, these crevasses, can be quite large, up to about 10 meters wide and about 30 meters deep. That's easily big enough for this bus to fall into with some room for more. In addition to those, there's holes in the glacier known as a millwell. So a millwell is where glacial meltwater has taken advantage of a weak point in the ice and will start to erode a hole deep down the surface of the glacier, sometimes to the bottom. Now, they're both very dangerous, but also very easily avoided by us today by just staying inside of a turnaround point, which is millwell and crevasse free. So in other words, just stay inside the turnaround point and you're good. You do not have to you don't have to worry about falling into a deep, dark, cold abyss. Sound like a plan?
Whoa!
Alright, now inside the turnaround point here, we are on ice, so it's going to be slippery in some places as well as wet in others. But please just walk slow, take it nice and easy, you should be just fine. Now the worst I've really seen up here is a couple of cold, wet feet. So unless you're planning on getting married sometime soon, that shouldn't be too much of a problem, right?
No.
Now while we're up here, please stay in front of the buses. Stay in front of the buses, we cannot see behind the buses, and they weigh a lot. I'm talking 55,000 pounds empty. You don't want to be standing behind when it starts to move, and we all leave at different times. Now ice departure time, folks, is 3:25. We got 3:25 ice departure time, and we are on bus 533 with the Eagle. So 3:25 ice departure time, 533.
Oh, here we are on the glacier. Canada. That's all it's like. There's only 24 of them in the world. 22 of them operate here. Yeah, ours is the Eagle. Oh, wow. It's like really windy. Yeah, just watch others. When they slide down, you don't know, but it's slippery. Oh man. Watch others. You see when they slide down, you know right there is a slippery place. Over here is not that bad.
It's cold. Hey, come on.
Go.
It's cold.
Go.
You're in the glacier. Walking on.
Oh.
Walking on the glacier. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Walking, this is the first time I ever walked on a glacier.
Someone in Alaska and Iceland.
Yeah, first glacier walk. This is a glacier. This is not just snow.
Shuffle, shuffle, airborne shuffle.
No, it's not that bad. I mean, it could be, I'm sure, at some times, but you just watch how she walks and you can tell she's from here.
No, she's not. She's from Massachusetts.
Oh, I mean, she's from places where it's cold, where it snows. Yeah, not like Hawaii where we don't get any of this.
No.
Yeah.
So, you don't have the Boston accent. You're good.
I have a little bit. I'm from outside of I started in
Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. How was the glacier?
Woo!
Right on, you guys get some cool pictures?
Yeah, yo ho! Yo ho! Hi, everybody! Woo!
So I got a little bit of a rough patch of come through, and then we're gonna do the top speed.
Okay, we're doing speed run.
Yeah, I got first thing
Andrew's top speed of the day.
Oh, you said it.
Andrew's top speed of the day coming up.
So, 2 days ago, yesterday.
Well, we gotta get these other slow pokes out of the way.
We're out of Banff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, get out of the way, slow pokes.
Alright, you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Alright, hold on tight.
Hold
Pedal to the metal. Let it rip. And this is it.
Alright.
Yeah, these guys are not built for speed. They top out at about 20 kilometers an hour. That's okay though, because speed and ice, they don't really mix that well together.
Yeah.
And we want to get you guys to and from the glacier in as safe a manner as possible. So going a little bit slower, that's our best way of doing that. And all it means for you folks is you're going to spend just a little bit more quality time with this guy right here.
Yeah!
Now, does anyone have any questions about your time out on the glacier?
What was your name again?
So, if there aren't any questions, I do have a handful I ask quite frequently. So, I'd like to go over some of those with you guys. So, one thing that's asked a lot is what is the depth of the glacier? So, where you guys are standing back there, the depth of the glacier is roughly about 250 meters or about 840 feet. So, it's quite a large chunk of ice we're on top of right now. Now, the glacier is also about 5 kilometers long and about 1 kilometer wide. Now, as large as this glacier is only about 2% of the size of the entire Columbia ice field. So you would need 50 of the Athabasca Glacier to make up for the ice behind us in the mountains there. Another question that gets asked quite frequently is when is your operating season? So we do mid-April till mid-October out here. Then anything outside of those dates is just too cold and there's too much snow. So the record low recorded in the middle of winter is minus 50 degrees Celsius, and that is inside the Discovery Center. So that's ambient air temperature. And then on top of that, snowfall on average is going to be about 10 meters or about 30 feet of snow. But it's definitely not somewhere you want to be in the winter if you don't have to be, and it's not safe or feasible for us to be operating in those conditions. So the other very durable, so you definitely get the money out of them. $5,000 a pop, you better be. I'm so glad I don't have to pay for the flats though, that's for sure. So this bus we're in right now, this is a refurbished model, I mentioned that. So this one costs a little bit less. So what they do is they take the old buses as they're falling apart, they send them away, and they strip them down completely, and they rebuild them back up with brand new mechanical parts. And so the only things they'll reuse are the chassis, the subframe, and the tires. Everything else is all brand new mechanical parts on those guys. So did you guys happen to notice that the ice appears blue in some areas?
Yeah.
Cool, so the ice that appears blue is some of the most dense ice on the glacier. Now the reason why it appears blue is because it has almost no air bubbles in it and is acting as a prism. So just in case you're unfamiliar with how prisms work, as white light enters into a prism, it's going to be broken into our visible spectrum of light, all of our colors. So real life examples of prisms you may have seen before today, you've got rainbows.
Yay!
Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, their album cover.
Yay!
That's about all I got for you. Light enters into the glacier here. It is broken into that visible spectrum, but it's only one of the wavelengths of light, which is blue, that's able to find its way back out. And all those other colors are going to be absorbed by the glacial ice. And so it's just the blue we see find its way back out, it's just the right size to do so. Now some of the ice on the glacier appears white or gray, so that ice has been thawing and refreezing. So it has a lot of air bubbles in it, and it's not nearly as dense as that blue ice. So what you're seeing there is a full spectrum of that white light being returned back to your eye. Now, on some glaciers, there's something that forms called watermelon snow or watermelon ice. So this is where you have an algae that lives right at the surface of the glacier, and that algae has a pigment that changes the color of the snow and ice in which it lives to be red.
And then Cindy will grease.
Calvin never knows.
Sandy will grease thee. Grease thee, grease thee.
Our staff camp. We built a small downhill mountain biking trail on that hill. It's pretty awesome. I have my bike under the bus right now, and I'm off right after this, and it's my Friday. I'm going golfing tomorrow in Jasper, so I'm drinking beer all day. Who's joining me?
Woo! I don't know, man.
You guys like beer?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. What, you like whiskey more?
No, I forget.
Oh, you forget. Me too, most of the time after I drink it.
I forgot everything.
If you do want to know, you're going to Jasper today, you go to the Jasper Brew Pub. I tell you what, it's fantastic. I love that place, you know, second home kind of thing.
Whoa.
If you're going to Banff, sorry, you want to go to High Rollers. It's a bowling alley. Now, don't go there for the bowling. Go there for the 50 beer they have on tap. Oh, yeah. No? Okay, never mind then.
After 20, I forgot already.
I know.
Everything is forgotten.
You know, Andrew, he's a good driver and all, and he's a really good tour guide, but he's not really good to live with. We have a camp of over 200 of us. But Andrew, we have to keep him down in that little building on the right-hand side, on the other side of the lake there. Yeah, he snores so loud, I tell you what. He's an Alberta local, so he's from Calgary originally, so he says you betcha all the time. We can't handle that. So we kick him right out of the camp. He lives down there. He wakes up every morning, pees in Ripple Lake. And I tell you what, all the water in that lake is all the water that's in the ice field center. So if you filled your bottles in the ice field center, you might have got a little bit of Andrew in there too, you know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah, feel the magic, everybody.
Some sparkle.
Some sparkle, yeah.
Sparkle.
You guys know where we live?
In Canada.
We do live in Canada. We live between two oceans.
Wow.
Oh yeah, actually we live between 3 oceans. How cool is that? I kind of messed that one up, didn't I? Worst Canadian ever, eh? Oh, sorry, bud. We live right behind this hill on the right-hand side. It's a little building we like to call the Ice Palace.
Wow.
Now, they got the name wrong. It's not made of ice, and it's certainly not a palace. That's for sure. But there sure is a lot of princesses there. You know who the prince is? Me. Oh yeah. So where are you guys going after this anyway? You are going to Jasper then, all right. So you're going to the skywalk? Well, I recommend not stepping on the second piece of glass.
Whoa.
We got it at Walmart.
Is it snowing right now, Trillo?
Yeah, it's a little snowy out here.
Yeah, it's getting snowy.
Can't you?
I don't know.
You see that glacier up in front of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's actually cool though, because that glacier is a lot bigger than what it looks like. You guys learn about ice core moraines? You know when you got down to the bottom of the steep hill, the lateral moraine, and you were driving, and he said ice core moraine there?
Yeah, somebody said something.
That whole glacier up there, you can only see about half of it, because the ice core moraine is actually covering the whole entire bottom side of it.
Underneath.
Which is pretty cool. That glacier's just as long as the Athabasca Glacier. I think it's pretty sweet. But alright guys, our time together is up. I'm sorry about that. I know it's the shortest 4 minutes of your life, but some of the best I can imagine. So
we seen Sasquatch.
Sasquatch, if you looked at me. You see this hair?
Yeah.
This scream anything but Sasquatch? Alright everybody, enjoy the rest of your trip guys.
Chewbacca. There we go, getting off the bus now.
Picking up on that, nice to meet you, bud. Alright. Thanks. Okay, yeah, so you still have to go through the building. You go through the whole view line, and then they'll tell you now. Cool.
It's a bus driver.
Hey guys, good stuff, buddy.
Aloha. Alright, so we finished now. We'll follow the rest of our group. There's Norm. To the right. Right there. Norm, you didn't tell us it was cold up there. It was like walking into somebody's freezer.
It's
You're walking on
an
ice.
ice field.
Oh.
Why would he have to tell you it was cold? If it wasn't cold, it would be a water field,
Oh, that's why it was so cold.
No more corny jokes.
Oh man, it was cold.
Okay, guys, we'll meet inside
Okay.
at the same place we did before.
All right.
At 10 minutes after 4. Okay.
Okay.
So it gives you
Perfect.
time for washroom break. I'll go make arrangements.
Okay.
Your next bus leaves at 4:15.
Okay.
See, this is the difference when you went on tour. Any waiting in lines, always get first crack at everything. So in this VIP service to the Glacier Adventure. Cynthi's waiting in front. Norm. Alright. Norm, is it cold in here too again? Okay, nice. He said nice now. Okay. Bill, did you hear that? That's good. Okay, we got a confirmation.
We just pump cold air in here so we don't get tired.
Alright. Oh, you know what? Must not have politicians here because politicians, all they have is hot air.
Lester,
Yes.
you're from Hawaii, you're asking a guy from Canada whether it's cold. You have to learn to ask the right questions to the right people.
Okay, I got it. I'm asking the wrong questions.
And worse than that, he's from Saskatchewan, which is the coldest part of the country. So, you know, it's just,
I did not realize that. Okay, nice and warm.
I'll be in the bus. I'll have it nice and warm for you.
Okay. No, don't make it too hot. I don't want to make it miserable for everyone else. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, we have a plan. We have a plan. See? All right. Okay. Here we go. We have a plan. There we. Oh, look at that. Cindy's right there. Oh, thank you, Jesus. All right. Oh, okay. We got it.
It's going for today.
Wow! Yay!
So we shouldn't have any more delays, so it should take about 7 minutes to go all the way there. I'll do a tour, obviously, but first, as I'm backing up, I'll have to remain silent, and I'll be right back with you guys. All good?
Yay!
Perfect, let's do this. Water going to 3 oceans?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So, I'll show you exactly where it starts. So, the mountain right in front of us is called Mount Snowdome, and that is where the Triple Continental Divide starts. So, water coming down at the summit of that mountain will end up in 3 different oceans. So, do you guys remember in which ones?
The Pacific, Atlantic, and
Arctic. Yeah, I heard it at the back.
Yay! Back
3
people.
oceans, so those are 3 oceans surrounding Canada. So eventually, the water coming down will end up in one of those 3.
Okay.
So the glacier that we see right in the middle, that one is called Dome Glacier.
Dome Glacier.
Yeah, it's called like that because it's coming off Mount Snowdome, because we're so original at naming things out here. And the thick layer of ice right on top of the mountain, that one is the Columbia Ice Field. So that layer of ice is about 100 to 300 meters thick. Pretty big. So now going all the way into the Arctic Ocean, starts right down here with a little river we have on the left side of the road coming up. So that river is called Sunwapta River, and it will end up eventually into the Arctic Ocean all the way up north.
How many years?
How many years? Oh, it won't take a year, that's for sure.
Oh, not even a year.
Yeah, it'll change things quite a few times though. So Sunwapta means a turbulent water in Stony, Dakota. It's one of the 2 tribes that live out here in the Rockies still today. And it's also a special kind of river. So we call it a braided river system. Well, since the water is coming from two glaciers, it has lots of debris in it and rock flowers. And if the current is too weak to carry everything down the way, it'll dump everything at the bottom, creating walls. So on the left-hand side here coming up, you have a good example of what will the water do in case it cannot go through that wall. Something very, very simple. It'll just create a brand new channel right beside it. Those channels, the river will create them as many as it needs to keep going forward. So whatever you see today from Sunwapta River might be completely different tomorrow. We also have a special nickname here for this area. We call it the Shooting Gallery. So all the boulders and rocks that you see on both sides of the road, yeah, they actually come down flying at 90 miles an hour off Mount Wilcox on your right-hand side. So those boulders, they're affected by the #1 erosion factor in the Canadian Rockies right now. So we call it the freeze-thaw cycle. So what happens during that cycle is whatever water or moisture that will get out here during the year, it'll infiltrate the rocks crevices on the mountain. And as it freezes overnight, it will expand and take so much room, it will just separate those boulders off of the mountain. If it stays frozen, it's not too bad, but at some point it will have to melt. And then it's at that moment that the boulders will come all the way down here. That is the freeze-thaw cycle. Fortunately for you guys, it will not happen today. Parks Canada hires a company every year or two. They come do what we call mountain scaling. So they go on the mountain, figure out which boulders are most dangerous to us down here. We just take them off of it right away. So it's all good to drive on the parkway every day.
Yay!
That's good news for you guys.
Yeah. We don't have a hole in the head today.
So just around this bend here, you'll be able to look up ahead and see the skywalk already.
Wow!
So the skywalk is above Sunwapta Canyon at about 280 meters or 918 feet. So you'll see that little river all the way down there again. It sticks out of the wall at about 35 meters. And for the weight it can hold, it can actually hold up to 2 fully loaded Ice Explorers. So you guys are all good today.
Wow.
So at the skywalk, you have pretty much as long as you want. The buses are now running every 15 minutes to pick you up and bring you back to the center. So take your time, enjoy the views, take lots of pictures. Whenever you're ready, there's only one way back. And at the end of that little walk, you'll be exactly where you need to be to go on the next available bus. So we do have guides on site as well, so if you have any questions, they'll be there to help you out. And we also offer free audio tours in 5 different...
You're gonna scan us in now. She has a lot of buttons. Look at all of her buttons. Wow, Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, Saipan, Taiwanese. There you go. Hi. Oh, press 1, hold it to your ear.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Just follow the numbers down.
Okay, 1 and hold it to your ear.
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm gonna talk to a Martian that living in the clouds.
Stop already.
Oh, right here, right here. Wow. Wow, look at this. Cindy. This is wow. What's up? Okay. Yeah, I can see it. And this rubbish can.
I'm talking about this.
I'm talking to the... I asked the guy about the rubbish can, and he told me, oh, yeah. So I says, oh, the raccoons, they're smart. Yeah, he says, no, it's not for the raccoons. It's for the bears. For open this rubbish can, you gotta stick your hand way inside, push on trigger, and then open the rubbish can. I'm not even kidding you, bro. And the bears never figured this one out yet. But the bears are really, really smart, bro. So this is fossils. Fossils in the sand. Yeah, all of the there was you see all this kind of sea life because this thing just got ripped out from the ocean. It's not volcanic. It's tectonic. Okay, so we're here at the Glacier National Park in the Sheldon, and he's gonna show us how a grizzly bear do. That is an official grizzly bear growl from the park guy over here. Is a grizzly bear, grizzly. Ursus actus horribilis ituapus. Okay, guys, this is the Glacier National Park. And this is the skywalk, ladies and gentlemen. It kind of trips me out that,
And Alyssa didn't stop, she just...
you know, I really don't like heights too much. I like roller coasters and stuff, but this kind of insane heights really freaks me out, bro. But we're gonna go up on this, what they call skywalk. We paid for it, so I'm gonna do it. But this is the official skywalk in Jasper. Actually, Banff, Jasper. Canada. Thank you.
Oh, I don't like
Whoa,
look
that. That's crazy.
Oh, I cannot look down.
Check that out, bro.
I cannot look down. Oh, watch out. Cannot. Oh, scary. Oh. Oh.
This is like this, oh, man. I'll go around the other way, but this is a one-way thing, so. Right there, the skywalk.
Oh, man.
And then on that, the snow.
Ooh.
Yeah, the
scary.
air is really thin, so even though you don't walk that far, you feel like, wow, yeah?
Yeah. The air is thin, hard to
Super,
breathe.
super thin.
Scary, look down.
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you guys back at
The barn.
It's the beginner location for ice climbing. That's where they start to
he's a big one.
Right now they're just beginning the rut season, of course. And it's a beautiful big male.
Oh, that is a monster.
You see his antlers?
Yeah, they're huge.
You see how big they are and how heavy they are?
Oh,
You look at him and you wonder, how can he run through the forest, folks?
oh, he can run through the forest.
You know what he does?
It ain't a
Just lifts up
problem.
his nose,
That ain't no
goes way on his
problem.
back, and he can run through there just like the ladies do.
Right,
He's a beautiful guy, isn't he?
sure is.
He'll be coming into town tonight.
I might see him in the
They have found out that